I bet you $5.
Wow, it's not. It's Twilight Grove.
I cancel that bet.
Yeah, you didn't accept the bet.
I didn't accept
it,
it, so you don't have to cancel.
It wasn't
It's quite
accepted.
okay.
But here we go. Diakou versus Wilson on Twilight.
Going straight into it as both players open up with unarmed nairs and dive kicks, nothing connecting, and Wilson, finding the guitars, is against Diakou's hammer, and hammer thrown out. It's actually thrown to Wilson's face.
First weapon connection is a weapon toss into a follow-up. Oh no, Diakou picks up the horn! He was trying to keep it going, but he picks up a horn, and that has got to hurt a little bit.
Wilson, however, is able to return the damage to the guitars. The horn doesn't do quite as much damage as guitar attacks, and Diakou ground pounding beneath the stage to try to bait Wilson to something, but Wilson is one of the very few players who will never go for an offstage opportunity to go for a ground pound. Doesn't want to risk losing that stock, and Daikou's not going to be bringing him off there as he tosses the guitars aside, goes for that side sig, and Diakou goes back on the stage, goes for the weapon toss in the side light. Recovery comes out, and Wilson tries to punish with the D-Light. It's another D-Light Sair and brings Diakou into kill percent.
Nice downlight Sair into a weapon toss. Wanted to follow up with a side sig, but he catches him with the side air. Wilson makes it back to the wall. Diakou not able to catch him with a dare. Instead, picks up a hammer, wants to keep this aggression going, dodges forward through the down sig, but Wilson is ready with a ground pound of his own. Diakou goes for the gravity cancel down sig, but Wilson outside of the range, but the scoop from Diakou will finish it off.
Actually kills Wilson a little bit earlier than I expected as he gets him in the middle of the air with that. And a nice recovery from Wilson, nearly KOs Diakou as well. Goes for that haymaker, and that doesn't work out as Diakou gets a nice double D-Light recovery punish. Tries to follow it up with an air, but that doesn't work out. And Wilson now heavily damaged on a second stock as he's double naired.
The juggle with the nairs.
Just taking advantage of Twilight Grove's platform setup to keep control of center stage, keep Wilson in the air, and bring him from what was looking like a close game to a rather one-sided one as the guitar weapon toss comes out. Wilson gets the side sig.
Oh, the side sig from Wilson takes down Diakou, and he's looking to clear the board. There it is. Picks up the guitars. Diakou has no weapon, has a spike ball, tries to drop it onto Wilson's head, but not able to connect with it. Wilson keeping him off of weapons. Daikou's gonna respect it. He's dodging around the map, goes to the right side. He knows he's got that island to dance around if he needs to. Gets the unarmed, tries to charge forward with that bomb toss, but wasn't able to get it off in time. Wilson still keeping weapons out of Daikou's hands.
Wilson goes in for that recovery. Recovery connects, and the spear goes high as Diakou finds a nair, brings Wilson the kill percent, picks up the sword, goes for that D-Light Sair, brings him to the island. Weapon toss will KO.
Sword toss finishes it off, and Diakou going up huge with that unarmed. Barely needed the sword except to finish off with that downlight Sair.
Diakou goes for that weapon toss. Endlight doesn't connect, and Wilson trying to go for that side sig a little bit earlier, but it would have done a lot of damage regardless. He gets a nice downer. Diakou brought to the yellow. Endlights are starting up from Wilson. He tosses his guitars away, and the down sig does not connect as Diakou doesn't get a nice punish, and an Endlight to stop anything that Daikou's going for will put more damage on Diakou, and the side sig comes out. Wilson lands an end sig, and all these signatures are actually being quite scary from Wilson as Diakou can't get in to punish them.
Dodging away, trying to use the sword to open up an option, trying to use the hammer toss to open up an option. Instead, just goes in with the unarmed neutral light into a downlight. But Wilson, once again, has this spear, and he's just throwing out signatures. He knows Diakou is in the red, and if he can get the signature hit, it'll finish off Diakou. But Diakou disrespecting with that sword, knocking Wilson around, doesn't care about your signatures. And the neutral sig, that pivot neutral sig with the read, catches Wilson as he dodges through, and Diakou is going to take game one.
These pivot end sigs have been represented by multiple players all throughout the tournament as being able to as being viable reads for dodges through them to kill them off the top, and working out quite well as we saw Pickle doing the same thing with Rax's end sigs, and he takes game one over Wilson, and Wilson is going to have to think about the map that he plays against very carefully as Diakou bans out Ship and Mammoth, knowing that Wilson will never counterpick Diakou to the likes of King's Pass or Thunderguard. So the maps that Wilson actually has that are available are very small, and he goes to Blackguard Keep.
Looks like we're going to Blackguard Keep indeed. Diakou with that Bodvar, Wilson with that Queen 9.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Here we go, game two. Is this a best of three, I guess?
Best of three,
I believe
yes.
so. Okay.
And the spike ball comes out. Diakou just tosses it off the map, and Wilson denies all weapons from Diakou, as Diakou doesn't get a crazy unarmed horn combo like he did in the first game, and Wilson will even deny that. Okay. Well,
oof.
Both players at a standstill as Diakou takes the platform, and he knows that Wilson won't go off stage as the spear falls down through the bottom of the map. Wilson picking up the spear, goes for that side light. Doesn't work out, and this match has been rather slow for a start as both players are kind of afraid to approach.
Well, Wilson was managing to keep Diakou off of any sort of weaponry, and Diakou just went as far as possible while he was unarmed, waiting for an opportunity to get a weapon. And now that they've both got weapons, we see a little bit more aggression coming out of both players. And Diakou trying to use those weapon tosses to keep his aggression going, but Wilson is just clearing the board. Once again, Diakou is trying to make Wilson approach him. Wilson, same side, trying to wait for Diakou to approach him. And Diakou charges forward with that Sair, gets a downlight, down air, but Wilson is going to survive. No edge guard.
That side stick barely missing out on Wilson there. He tries to go for a side stick himself, but side sticks into a hammer toss, and the scoop nearly kills Wilson off the top, so the nair fall up does not come through, and Wilson down, ground pounds beneath the stage. Quite dangerous for him as he throws out another side stick, expecting Diakou to go for the weapon, and the side stick and the spear will come out into recovery. Diakou brought into kill percent as Wilson goes for a sliding side sig. Side air interrupts Wilson from doing anything else.
Sair weapon toss. Diakou sees the opportunity, catches him with 2 Sairs, and takes down Wilson.
Diakou gets a nice side light to be able to continue his lead, and Wilson, oddly enough, goes for an unarmed D-light and gets horribly punished by double downlight. Gets a dare fall up as well as Diakou taking this lead and running with it as Wilson cannot find this kill. Downlight comes out, down stick does not connect. Diakou finds on the sideline, recovery doesn't kill. Bodvar's secret 10 defense coming in here. Strong as Wilson struggling to get a kill.
Wilson dodges forward, gets a recovery onto Diakou, but Daikou's still not taken down. Wilson looking for the gravity cancel down sig, but not able to connect. There's a dare. But Wilson wanted another recovery, and Diakou knows that he's just throwing out dares, but Wilson catches him with that neutral signature. Sends Diakou into the sky and just a little bit in the yellowish orange.
Yeah, Wilson taking a lot of damage, but nothing that's too unrealistic here as he takes control of center stage, and the only weapons that are spawning are spike balls. Nair does not punish Diakou for picking up the hammer, and Wilson fails to deny him a weapon. Diakou trying to get back into center, but Wilson taking complete control over that as he's trying to go for scoops here. Nothing really working out. A nice D-light from Wilson, doesn't start a chain, but he gets that damage for free without getting anything else, and Wilson slowly trying to climb back into this game here. Neutral light.
Neutral light.
Goes for that nair as well. Side sig actually connects. Ooh, that's huge. He goes for the double side sig. That double side sig definitely would have killed as he lands, but Diakou doesn't get that D-light follow-up, but he has a spear. Drops the D-light Sair. N-sig doesn't connect either. Both players dropping a lot of D-light combos, and that sword weapon toss. Will that do it again?
Sair. Oh, the Sair drops, and Daikou's gotta be angry about that.
That would have been a kill. Yeah, there's the salt. He's immediately
he's
mad.
Salty. That would have been death. Gets a Sair. Can't get the weapon toss. He's looking for the ground pound. Wilson goes low, but ends up popping up with that nair.
What
there
was it, the platform that cost that Sair to drop? I don't get it.
No, that's a sword thing.
That's just a sword thing.
Sword
now.
Sair sometimes drops.
Okay, as a side stick comes out from Diakou, another side air connects with the stage, saves Wilson from KO.
Ground,
and the ground
pound,
pound
Diakou able to finally get that stock.
But Diakou took so much more damage on that stock than he needed to because of that Sair drop. And Wilson,
you can see it in chat. Dobreen is typing that sword Sair drop. Holy blank. And Wilson with the side sig.
Oh no, side sig Wilson coming in strong, and this is actually an opportunity for Wilson to take game 2 here, as stocks are essentially even against Queen Eye's defense, and we're back to Wilson denying weapons from center stage. The horn, however, helps out Diakou here as he gets a nice hammer, but Wilson finding that guitar string brings Diakou a little bit into the yellow as he's trying to do a little bit more damage, and wow, that chase dodge stomp!
Mix up! Stomp into a ground pound, wanted to get Wilson down into that edge guard situation, but unfortunately he bounced off of that small platform. Diakou, once again, in control, has the center platform. Wilson is in the sky. Daikou's throwing out hitboxes. Another scoop is going to send Wilson into the sky. Wilson currently unarmed. Picks up a spear, goes for a downlight, but Diakou underneath with that Sair, or the side light. And now Wilson has control because Diakou has thrown away his hammer.
Oh, Diakou lands to the side air, tries to go for that weapon toss KO once again, and Wilson's forced to recover low, and that side will do it.
There's. And that'll be it. Diakou able to clean it up, takes the win.